I met Christina at work. We were both working in DC.
I remember the first time I saw Joe, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this guy is really good looking.
I thought she was just actually absolutely beautiful.
But it wasn't, wow, like, oh, I want to date him. It was like, wow, oh my gosh, I should totally set him up with some of my friends.
Before we were dating, she had this impression of me as being this, self-centered frat boy kind of guy.
And I thought that we weren't compatible just because of the whole party versus being really serious kind of aspect. I didn't think that we would be good together.
I decided to lend her the Da Vinci Code, which is a book I'd read and read it on the metro. And
he lent me the book. I was reading on the plane, this book that Joe had lent me.
She'll read it and then we can talk about it, maybe go to dinner and she'll see another side of me. This will be great.
And it was one of those Southwest flights where you could choose your own seat. I kind of glanced over and thought, okay, well, this guy's a little good looking, but whatever, I'm just here on a plane. Then when I was reading it, he looks over and we start having this discussion about starting with the Da Vinci Code because he saw that I was reading the book and was like, oh, I read that book, it was really good. We talked for the entire trip, just parted ways by the time we got to the luggage. And afterward, I was like, oh my gosh, that was such a great conversation. And I can't believe I met this guy on this plane and he called me. But we went on a couple of dates and we turned out to be totally incompatible.
She goes away for like a week or a weekend or something like that, comes back.
Before I found out that we were incompatible, I saw Joe again and he's like, oh my gosh, what did you think of the book? Did you finish it yet?
Basically tells me that she's gonna have to buy me another book because she met somebody on the plane and in case it's the guy that she marries, she wants to hold on to the book.
So this book has become kind of sentimental to me, so can I give you this other book?
Can't believe that the whole thing just backfired on me completely. So months go by.
So I was working at the same place that Joe was working, and apparently he had this little crush on me, and my friends at work told me about it, and I thought it was cute.
I have this crush on this girl for the last 8 months, and I'm finally out on a date with her.
We went to the Walters Art Gallery, and it was so nice.
I had a wonderful time. It was the best first date I ever had.
For some reason, I didn't want the date to end, and so
we had a 9-hour first date.
What I thought was going to be a 3-hour date turned out to be a 9-hour date.
Since we've been dating, I think there's only been 3 weekends, maybe 4, that we haven't spent together.
We've been together for a little over 3 years.
It's kind of hard to kind of put it into words. I feel complete.
I just love him so much.
We got engaged in Ireland.
In Ireland, on the cliffs of Moher. He pulled me aside and he grabbed both my hands and just hugged me. And then I was just looking at him thinking this is very strange. And then he got on one knee and pulled inside his his inner pocket of his jacket and then pulled out the ring and said, I love you, will you marry me? And then I just looked at him and said, what?
She's looking at me and she's like, just looking at me. I was like, I'm proposing to you. And I turned the ring at her. I'm like, it's a pretty nice ring, actually. And then her answer is like, you don't have to.
I said, you don't have to, but he's like, I want to. I'm like, okay. So I said, okay, and then he put on the ring, and it was great. And then the rest was just like a daze. The rest of the day was a daze.
It was a beautiful day, it was a beautiful place, and it was right, I guess. I just feel like I'm a better person because of her, and it's just awesome. I think it's just a fun ride right now, so, looking forward to everything.